She gave you birth. She made sure you were fed and clothed. She taught you foundational life lessons that you still use every day. And in doing this, she made a lasting impact on your life. Since she has died, life cannot be the same for you as it had been. So in this video, we'll look at the especially difficult grief over losing your mother and how you might deal with its impact on your life. And we'll also see how what your mom invested into you gives you a lot of tools you'll need to figure out what's next. Dealing with the loss of your mom will involve both the painful acceptance of her absence and slowly adjusting to a new lifestyle without her.
Parents are the primary caregivers since we are born. So we develop this attachment, but especially with the mother because the mother is the nurturing person.
There's something unique about a mom's love, and my mom was full of love.
My mom was a lot to a lot of people, and she felt like the glue that kept everyone and everything together.
It was like a best friend that I lost. Someone I could talk to, someone I could tell things to that you probably wouldn't share with others. You just had that bond.
Dealing with grief is a process. It takes time, and you might be surprised by what you experience.
The range of normal grief reactions is very wide.
Well, it's nice to know that nobody grieves the same. I remember when I first kind of looked into the grief thing, and they had the processes of grief, the stages of grief, and I thought, well, that doesn't really ring true. Because sometimes they just all hit you at once, and you're going through it all.
Grief is a roller coaster. One day it's great, the next day it's terrible. And, people sometimes look at that differently. They think, oh, well, she has a mental health issue. No, that's grief.
There are going to be days where you feel a little bit normal, and there are going to be days that you don't even know what you're feeling and you cannot even identify it or name it. There is so many feelings and thoughts associated that when we think we're going crazy, it's a very normal feeling.
You might feel like you're going crazy because grief can affect you in multiple ways: emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The possible varied reactions of grief make life challenging for a while, often for a few months. But as you make adjustments in your life, you'll find that while your grief won't disappear, it will become less intense.
I learned that grief never ends, but it changes.
I didn't think the tears would ever stop. They do, and it does take time, but I also feel like you have to be allowed to grieve. You have to be allowed to have that time of crying. And even now, there are times where things will come up and I'll get choked up, but the tears don't last as long and they're not as hard.
I don't think grief will ever go away. There's so much love and caring I had for my mom, so much connection there. It never will go away, but that's okay, because that means you loved your mom.
Over a decade ago, after a head-on collision, Jerry had to deal with the loss of his mother, his wife, and one of his children. To do so, he came to an important realization.
I think we have to recognize that when we go through a big loss, we carry it with us for the rest of our lives, but we can learn to carry it differently, more lightly, more redemptively in a way. And it begins to have a different kind of impact on our lives. The accident was an event, a catastrophic and irreversible event. How I responded to it was not an event, but a process. And if I fixated on the event, I would be a victim for the rest of my life. if I focused on the process that would come out of the event, it would set a kind of trajectory of healing in my life. So I learned later to make at least some distinction between event and process.
What does getting through grief look like? How do you make the adjustments needed in your life without your mother? One way you do this is by remembering the foundational life lessons your mother taught you.
Our loved one will always be a part of our life. They shaped us. They formed us. There's no way that we would be who we are without them. If we could be who we are without them, we wouldn't be grieving the way that we're grieving. But as we move forward and embrace what is next, we're actually continuing and stewarding the legacy of all the positive benefits that this person made in our life.